Pat Travolino, you here? For anyone who watches the replay, I start these shows with no people because that's just how it goes when you do these vertical live streams. So I just kind of wait a little while till we start getting people in. You could fast forward past it, whatever. It might take 10 minutes, it might take 2 minutes. I never really know. Who's the one person? You, Pat? Marianne Reynolds. Hey, so good to see you. I saw you texted. I didn't get to read it yet because I was watching a movie with Shannon. I hope you're doing well, Marianne. Pat, my brother. Uh, hope we get some people quickly. I do not want to do a fucking 2 hour show tonight. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. 3 people. Hit the like button, guys. Why not? It's easy. It's free. See how we do tonight. I don't know. The last show wasn't as bad as the one earlier today, so maybe we'll get some good numbers. Got over 11,000 subs now. That's good. I was stuck at 8,800 and something for a long time. How many shows today? This is my fifth. No, yeah, fifth. This is my fifth. Unbelievable. It's exhausting. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is not work. This is not like real work. But the talking and the fucking, these people, like, oh, I thought MobTube was bad. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to have a stroke after these fucking shows arguing with idiots. But it's what it is, I guess. I chose politics. But hardest working man on YouTube. MobTube, definitely. MobTube, without a doubt. I hope I use some new hashtags and stuff. Maybe that helps the algorithm out. I got to do a show one day. I got to do a video upload without the chat distracting me and all that shit and just talk about these fucking people, man. These Trump supporters. They are truly. I can't even. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I don't know what to call them anymore. Stupid, delusional, brainwashed. I don't even know. I mean, that guy in the last live stream, if you guys saw that dude, I played a clip of Trump saying his uncle taught Kaczynski at MIT. And several people argued with me. Not that it was an AI video or it was, edited somehow or, none of that. No, they argued that, well, he didn't say Ted Kaczynski. He didn't say the Unabomber. He said Kaczynski. Do you realize, like, the mental gymnastics a person has to do to try to figure out how to defend that statement from Donald Trump? And the only way they can do it is, well, he didn't say Ted Kaczynski. He didn't say the Unabomber. No, he called him by his last name, Ted Kaczynski. What other Kaczynski? That was actually the argument. Like, well, maybe he's talking about a different Kaczynski. Unbelievable. And then I had that guy the one night that told me that fact checking is bullshit. I think a lot of them are, Mary. I don't know how many, Marianne, I'm sorry, but a lot of them definitely are. I'm learning about these bot farms now and shit. The only thing that sucks is there's no way of telling who's who. There's no way of telling who's real, who's a bot, how many bots I have. I don't know. But the arguments are just unbelievable. I've never seen a bunch of people who support Trump so blindly. They turn everything into what they want to hear. That's all it is. That's all it is. I mean, it's like the video clips I play of Trump doing all that perverted shit, and they're just like they discredit it because it was a compilation made by the Young Turks, and it's like, what does that have to do with any fucking thing? It's not the Young Turks you're believing. They're not even talking. It's Donald Trump talking. Like, you could show them a video of Donald Trump talking, but if it's from like MSNBC or CNN, then it's bullshit. It's like they're not reporting anything. It's just a video of him talking. What does the source have to do with it? I was just telling Shan, I said, I swear to God, I'm starting to get scared. Like, like I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack or something doing this shit because and I got to get to the point where, just like with MobTube, I learned how to kind of ignore trolls and just clown them when they come in. I got to get to the point where I don't even read the ridiculous comments. Like, I don't even give them, I don't even give I don't even give them life. I'll just fucking skim through the comments and say, "Oh, that's an idiot. I won't read that one." Pat Travolino, they blame AI. They do sometimes, yeah. You know what I should do? I should only pull up comments of like liberals and shit. You know what I mean? Like people on the right side of things. It'll drive them fucking crazy. Robert Burke, hi. How are you? Welcome. Can you guys all hit the like button? There's 14 people, which is not many. It takes longer and longer every show to get some fucking people in here. But please hit the like button while you're hanging out. What do we got? 6 likes, 13 people. We could do better. Love our great President Trump. Nikki, could I ask you why, without us calling each other names and, getting nasty with each other? Why? Be honest. What do you love most about him as, say, president, okay, rather than just a person, When I get into a conversation with them, it only takes me a few minutes to realize that I'm never going to win because they refuse to even get a different point of view. Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm open-minded. If you show me some shit Biden or Obama did wrong that I don't know about, I'll keep an open mind and I'll say, wow, if it was wrong, I'll say it's wrong. These guys, they won't bend. They will not bend. And I think part of the reason is they're just so invested in this guy, that they put so much. I mean, let's be honest about MAGA people. They're an embarrassment. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. I mean, the clothes, the hats, it's embarrassing, so it's embarrassing for people to be around them too. So, a lot of MAGA people, whether they want to admit it or not, they lost family because of their support for Trump. They lost wives, they lost kids, everything because of their support for Trump. So I think they're just dug in so deep at this point that it's like, nope, I can't even admit that he made a mistake. I can't do it. Even if it's just a mistake. Nope, won't do it. It's unbelievable, man. It's like, what the fuck? How can you just turn off reality like that? I don't know. Are you still flapping you lips? Spoken like a true Trump supporter. Yep. What do you got to say, Rangers? That guy, Robert, who was it that didn't answer? Love our great president. I asked this guy, Nikki Anderson, why. He didn't answer. Just curious what you like about the guy, Or tell me what you like about his presidency, his policies. They're so invested that they can't admit that they're wrong. No. I always say they will lose everything before they admit that they're wrong. In other words, grocery prices could quadruple. Gas could go to $10 a gallon. Inflation could shoot up to 20%. The unemployment could be fucking 12%, and they will not bend. They will not say, well, okay, it looks like he's not doing a good job. They'll just figure out a way to blame it on somebody else, the Democrats or immigrants or something. Everything he's did for America. Wow, it would take a month to name everything. My whole family and friends stand with Trump. Can you name just a couple of things? Well, let's start with a couple. Trump is a psychopath liar. Oh, Robert Burke, he is. They treat our political system like a football team. Best description I've heard. That is true. It's a cult. That's how a cult works. The truth is what the leader says it is. Well, yeah, and I always forget that, I guess, because I'm still astonished by people not willing to, give in with this guy and admit that he's wrong or that anything he's done is wrong. I just got to keep reminding myself, I can't expect these people to be realistic. They don't live in reality. They are literally in a cult. I mean, it is the biggest cult in the world at this point, other than, every religion. And I wouldn't doubt if MAGA becomes a religion. I'll be honest with you. Donald Trump, that's what his next move will be. Then he'll really be rich. Do some L. Ron Hubbard type of shit. You know what I mean? But I just got to remind myself, these are not normal people. If you can be brainwashed into a cult, you're not bright and you're not even capable of admitting the leader is wrong. Are you scared Trump will put you in jail for speaking bad about him? No, but Rob Boss, at least I know you see it for what it is, that Donald Trump doesn't believe in freedom of speech. Just take a few minutes, Nikki. Yeah. But Biden, that's what they do, man. Earlier, I played some batshit crazy thing Trump did, and they were like, now play Biden. It doesn't, that's why I always have on the screen defend Trump without mentioning Biden, because I've never seen this before in the history of my life, okay? I've never seen where somebody could do something fucked up and the people who are defending him just say, well, so-and-so did the same thing or so-and-so did worse. What does that have to do with the fact that the person is doing it now? Especially, we're talking about the fucking president of the United States, for Christ's sake. Let me tell you something. Anybody who's in those files, those Epstein files, are not as important as Trump being in there. He's the leader of the free world. But they're not worried about the files now that they know the Democrats are the ones trying to release them and Trump's covering them up. Now they're like, fuck those files. Reminds me of David Koresh, Jim Jones, etc. It does, 100%. It does. I mean, I used to be into all that shit. I used to watch the stories of these cults like David Koresh and Jim Jones. And I mean, it's no different. Trump is not as smart as Koresh or Jones. Oh, no. But he don't need to be, because his followers are dumber than their followers were, I've stopped in here almost every day for like 2 weeks. You say the same 4 stupid talking points filled with insults and dwindling viewership. I'm not surprised. The viewership thing, that happens to everybody who does these vertical lives. You can say what you want, but Valhalla, all you got to do is bring up a different talking point. Bring up anything. Bring up a talking point, meaning topic, and we'll discuss that. The bottom line is, I go off of you guys. I read the chat. Even if I start with a topic like I am now, you guys will start talking about some shit and we'll get on that subject. And then you'll talk about something else and we'll get on that subject. That's what I'm here to do. My whole plan with this show as of now is to just debate you guys from the chat. You're right about them just refusing to admit that maybe they are wrong. And truthfully, it's kind of scary and so weird that they are all alike. It boggles my mind. It's terrifying, Marianne. It really is. I mean, look at January 6th. You ever really think about that and put it into perspective? You're like, wow. I mean, thousands of people just decided that for this guy who couldn't give 2 fucks about them, would never even shake their hand in public, they were willing to throw their entire lives away for him. It's amazing. When Biden lives rent-free, Biden lives rent-free in Trump's head. Oh my God. And the followers. Yeah. This from the party of men can have babies. Sean Rainey, you guys say that all the time, but you do know that we don't think that, right? Like, do you know that no, do I think they're brainwashed? There's no trans movement. What is the trans movement? Trans people are like 0.01% of this population. You know what I mean? There's no movement. Listen, you guys are swamped with that shit. Trans people in bathrooms, trans men in women's sports, all this horse shit. We don't think about that stuff, guys. It is not on our mind. We don't think one way or the other about it. I'm telling you, I've voted Democrat my whole life, and everybody I know is Democrat. We don't think about trans people for 10 seconds out of our day. You guys are obsessed. You're obsessed. Trans people aren't as obsessed with trans people as you are. It's crazy. They tell you that we don't know that or that we think men can have babies. It's bullshit. They say we can't tell you what a woman is. It's bullshit. I mean, it's just stuff they tell you because they want us to look like the crazy party, since they're now the party of Trump and they've all lost their fucking minds, you know? All right, Chef Chevy TV. What do you mean? That's your reason for what? Forget the thousands. There were people charged on seditious conspiracy and pardon. It's insane. He's talking about the January 6th people? Yeah. No, they're 2% on the high ends. No, they're not. They're not 2%. 2% of the American population? What percent of the American population identifies as transgender? 0.8%. So it's higher than I thought. Oh no, approximately 1% of the US population, age 13 and older. 1%. 1%. And this shit just plagues your mind all day, every day. What trans movement? What was that? What does that have to do with anything? There's no trans movement. I mean, this shit's in their heads. The party doesn't run on it, Shane. Show me how. Kamala didn't even mention. She refused to even mention trans rights or anything during her fucking campaign. Who runs on it? How come I watch Democrats all day, every day for fucking 20 years now, and I have yet to see a Democrat running on anything trans related? I don't get. Do Democrats pander to trans people a little bit? Of course, just like MAGA panders to racists and scumbags and lowlifes. Yeah. Thousands of people fell into a Fed op and walked through a government building. Most of them did nothing but followed the crowd. Nancy refused backup. Agents were instigators in the crowd. This is what I mean. I mean, you guys know nothing. Thousands of people fell into a Fed op. It was a Fed op. So it was Donald Trump's FBI. So they did the Fed op, as you call it. They did it. Donald Trump's FBI, because Joe Biden wasn't in office. And plus, it was made clear those FBI agents showed up after the riot started. It's kind of like how you call the cops after something happens, not before. So most of those FBI agents were there because there was a riot at the Capitol. And they did not just walk through the fucking building. You guys are showing these silly clips. They'll show little tiny parts where people are just walking. They're not showing you the rioting. They're not showing you the guy outside waving a gun around in a fucking tree. They're not showing you the dude tasing a cop or hitting him with a fucking flagpole. They're not showing them breaking glass and taking a shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk. You guys are crazy. You totally try to rewrite history because you're ashamed of that day, obviously. I'd respect you more if you stood by it. If you said, yeah, it was us. So what? But you're not even man enough to do that. You got to put it off on somebody else. You got to create a ridiculous conspiracy theory to excuse your own actions and your people's actions. I mean, that's how unsure of yourselves you guys are. You know what I mean? I have yet to see a motherfucker say, yeah, fucking right. We did that shit. And there's no regrets. You know what I mean? Or yeah, our people did it. We're proud of them. No, you guys. Oh, it was Antifa. It was the FBI. It was this. It was that. Come on, man. Yeah, the Republican Party runs on hating trans people. Very, very well said. Yes. Capitol Police removed barricades and opened doors. The pipe bomb was likely placed by a Capitol Police officer that now works for the CIA. You see what I mean? They're insane. He's insane. He thinks a cop placed the pipe bomb. And let me tell you something, dickhead. And of course, you could research this. You know why the cops removed the barricades? They were told to. They were told, do not try to stop them. You'll get killed. Okay? So they just said, fuck it. And they let them in. That does not mean it was okay for them to be there. It doesn't mean that. It just means that their higher ups, the cops, were told if there's a fucking 1,000 of them, they're trying to fucking trample you, just let them in. Fuck it. Get out of the way. Save yourself. Thank you. I'll just call you McDaniel. Levi McDaniel. Thank you. Guys, please hit the like button, all of you. Okay, just lie. You just lost all credibility. Sean Rainey, what did I lie about? How many trannies did Biden hire in his administration? I don't know. I think one, but Sean, you know Biden isn't president anymore, right? Why do you obsess over this? And who gives a shit? It bothers you that he put transgender people in his administration? Why? Why? I'm curious. Why? You think the FBI at the time was Trump's? You're clearly not paying attention. It's unbelievable. I mean, the conspiracy theories. If it wasn't so scary, it would be hilarious. I mean, it was literally Trump's FBI. Yeah, Trump was president. It was his FBI. Just like he has his FBI now. Yeah. Yep. This guy's worried about trannies over here. What am I full of shit about, Keith? You're not the party of trannies. It's YOU apostrophe RE. How many did Biden hire? Who cares? Who cares? I think one. How many transgender people did Biden hire? I think you mean put in his administration. Two. There you go. 2 people. Now, why don't you ask the question, how many people that have been accused of sexual assault did Trump put into his administration? You're not concerned with that, right? Just the trans people that aren't bothering nobody? Gotcha. I know they are. I know. 99% of them did. Nobody had a gun. Nobody was charged with a gun. Not true. There was a guy outside, at least one dude in a tree waving a gun around. There's video of it on YouTube. And 99% of them did what? Just walk through? No, they didn't. They did not. Jesus Christ. I mean, you guys even deny videos? Let me guess. The videos are fake, right? They're a psyop or something? I know. Total right-wing bullshit. January 6th was a bunch of fucking morons acting on the word of a degenerate liar. Full stop. For real. Dr. Rachel Levine, the nation's most senior transgender official, made history again Tuesday by becoming the first openly transgender 4-star officer across any of the country's 8 uniformed. Yeah. And why does it bother you? No, Sean, I just told you it's 2. But why do you care? No, I didn't say I didn't know of any. I know about Dr. Rachel Levine. I think she's from my fucking state, bro. I didn't say that. I said they didn't run on trans. You guys just changed my words and moved the goalpost. All I said is they didn't run on it. Nobody ran on trans rights. So now again, I'm going to ask you again. Why do you care about the trans people that were in his administration? Why? Why aren't you proud of it? You stopped the steal, right? Talking about them, right? See, insulting instead of moderately intelligent argument. You could pull up videos and show the chat what you're talking about, except those videos don't exist. Which videos are we talking about? Does your mother know you put this garbage on YouTube? Maybe she could my mom passed away a few months ago. Dickhead. You're either a DNC shill or a drifter of the highest order. It's amazing that you guys have been brainwashed into believing that, right? I'm more normal than any of you motherfuckers could ever be. I'm literally a happily married man who lives in the suburbs with his wife and stepkid. Fucking dummies. Never did I say there wasn't trannies in Biden's administration. Never. It didn't even happen, Sean. You're just lying through your teeth. I said they didn't run on it, and they didn't. No Democrat is running on transgender issues. Tell me how Gretchen Whitmer's kidnapping plot was legit. Next. What does that mean? You're telling me it wasn't real? That was fake too? Okay. In our military, are you kidding yourself? Again, I don't know what that means. Fuck you, Pincher. Why so obsessed about gays and trans? I'm curious too. Do they wake up angry about people who aren't in their lives? Fucking nutty bastards on the right. Levi McDaniel, I'm telling you, take my word for it. These are a bunch of closeted people. Okay, they're probably in the chat shopping for cocks as we speak. They're cock shopping. And there's nothing wrong with being closeted. I'm not knocking you. I'm cool with everybody just living their lives. But you guys, the reason you spew all that hate is insecurity and you're overcompensating, because of who you are. Just come out of the closet like the Kool-Aid guy. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Just free yourselves. You try your best to deny your party is the party of trannies. Yeah, because they're not. Just because they fight for rights for transgender people. Meanwhile, how many transgender people are in the House and the Senate? How many transgender Democrat politicians? Again, Jesus Christ. But you guys, you won't acknowledge the fact that your party is the party of sexual assaulters, right? You won't bring that up? Yeah, sure, Mark. Or it was the natural choice because, she was the vice president. Who was charged with a gun? I don't know that the guy was charged. Let me see. Who was charged with gun possession on January 6th? Multiple individuals were charged with gun possession and other weapons offenses in connection with the events of January 6th. Notable individuals charged: Lonnie Kaufman, Christopher Alberts, Mark Mazza, Mario Mares, and Taylor Toronto. Lonnie Kaufman of Alabama was arrested on the evening of January 6, 2021, after a Capitol police officer found his pickup truck to contain several loaded firearms within arm's reach of the driver's seat and components for 11 Molotov cocktails. He pleaded guilty to a federal charge of possession of an unregistered firearm. Mark Mazza of Indiana pleaded guilty in October 2022 to charges including assault on law enforcement and admitted to bringing 2 loaded firearms, a Taurus revolver and a 40 cal semi-automatic pistol, to the White House Ellipse rally and then to the Capitol. Mario Mares of Texas was convicted of several charges, including unlawful possession of a firearm on Capitol grounds, after evidence showed he and others traveled to D.C. with various firearms and ammunition. Let me guess, this is all fake news? Taylor Toronto, on February 6th, I'm sorry, what? A former January 6th defendant was arrested near the Obama home in June 2023 on separate charges, including unlawful possession of firearms and ammunition and making a false threat. All right, so that wasn't at the Capitol. Daniel Ball of Florida, whose January 6 charges assaulting police with an explosive device were dismissed by a presidential pardon, was later rearrested on pre-existing federal gun charges for being a felon in possession of a firearm. So, but the first 4 I read or something. Yeah, the first 4, they all people got charged with guns at the Capitol. They had their guns at the Capitol. You still going to say it's not true? I'm sure you will. Watch. I'm sure. Hold on, guys. Let me go through some shit here. Your wife is on a date with her boyfriend. Listen, just because you're a cuck doesn't mean I am, bro. Not like you could even get a bitch. You know what I mean? You're probably a fucking incel. You all are. You're all fucking weird. You need to go out and get some pussy. Even if you got to pay for it, it'll calm you the fuck down. You'll stop thinking about trannies for a little while. Really, Sean Rainey. I believe, as far as I know, there's one openly gay Democrat politician. And voters, I mean, you could probably look up stats. What percentage of Democrat voters are gay? You want me to do it? What percentage of Democratic voters are gay? 8% of all voters. Oh, of all voters, period, in the 2024 general election exit polls identified as LGBTQ plus. Yeah. So Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's tough, but I got a goal, you know. No, Taft would no. It's just you saying it. But if you look up the stats, um, Trump supporters are the more violent people. There's much more right wing violence than left wing. Hold on. It's funny, Taftwood, that you're just saying that. You don't have any, stats, any percentages, anything to back it up. You're just saying it. Uh, Historically, right wing extremists have been responsible for a majority of domestic terrorist attacks and the overwhelming majority of fatalities in the US. However, in a shift, the first half of 2025 marked the first time in over 30 years that the left wing attacks and plots outnumbered right wing. So, the first time in 30 fucking years. So, that's what you look at. You look at this year and say, oh, they're more violent, more volatile. Motherfucker. God damn it. So, how'd that work out for you, Taftwood? No, no, they don't. They do not. Not at all. Kamala didn't even mention it in her presidential run. Uh, Guys, you're so fucking stupid. I swear to God, any of you motherfuckers could call me right now, 410-941-9850, and watch what I do to you. Yeah, let's add everything, Mike. Why not? Prison violence? What are you saying? Is that, Mike, are you saying that black people and Hispanic people that make up the majority of the prison population, you're saying they're violent? Why would you even add that to the mix? People in prison can't vote. And you think everybody in prison is a registered anything? That's a stupid thing to say, Mike. I love you, but that's a dumb thing to say. This is what Mike does. Mike's a good dude, but I'll win an argument and he'll change the argument. Then I'll win it again and he'll change it again. That's what you do. All right, Norman, 410-941-9850. You're the party of fake genders, pedophiles in girls' bathrooms, and allowing illegals into the country. My God. Can you show me some cases of pedos in girls' bathrooms that went in there as transgender people, please? Can you? They mutilate children with surgery and chemicals for their own perverted fantasies. I mean, it really is amazing talking to you guys. And like literally none of what you say is true. They mutilate children. Okay. How many children do you think are getting transgender or whatever, gender reassignment surgery, a sex change? How many people exactly? Or how many children? I'm sorry. What recent right wing attacks were there? Well, it was in like the last year and a half. A MAGA person killed Melissa Hortman and her husband. I think was a state representative, something like that. There's that. There's the attack on Paul Pelosi. The motherfucker broke into the house and beat Paul Pelosi with a goddamn hammer. And of course, if we want to go back 5 years, there's January 6th. And right wing, when you say right wing, you mean all types of violence, right? So we could use like mass shooters and stuff that were right wing. So has it got to be recent? Let me see. I'll say within the last 2 years. What instances of right wing violence have taken place in the last couple of years? Significant instances in the last couple of years, 22 to 24. Well, I guess they're not including 25. Instances of right wing violence and plots in the U.S. have included mass shootings, an attack on a public official's family, and targeted murders and plots against law enforcement and minority groups. Buffalo, New York, May 14, 2022. A white supremacist gunman, Peyton Gendron, whatever the fuck his name is, committed an elaborately planned mass shooting at Tops Friendly Market in predominantly black neighborhood, killing 10 people and wounding 3 others. His actions were tied to the Great Replacement conspiracy theory and inspired by previous white supremacists. There's the Club Q shooting, you know about that. There's the attack on Paul Pelosi, you know about that. Jacksonville Dollar General shooting, a white gunman killed 3 black people at a Dollar General store in Jacksonville, Florida, using a firearm with swastikas drawn on it. The Justice Department investigated the shooting as a hate crime and an act of racially motivated violent extremism. Assassination of State Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband. Vance Bolter was indicted for the murder of a Minnesota state legislator and her husband, an incident described in a CSIS report as the single right-wing terrorist incident of the first half of 2025. I thought it was over a year ago. It was just 2025. Murder of law enforcement officers, 2024. All extremist-related murders in 2024 were linked to right-wing extremists, including the deliberate murders of police officers in Florida and Texas by individuals connected to anti-government or sovereign citizen ideologies. Planned Parenthood, clinic arson attacks. Multiple arson incidents targeted reproductive health clinics, including an attempt in Kalamazoo, Michigan, a successful attack that destroyed a clinic in Casper, Wyoming, 2022, tied to anti-abortion extremism. Data from organizations like the Anti-Defamation League and the Center for Strategic and International Studies indicate that far-right extremists, particularly white supremacists and anti-government actors, have been the most consistent and lethal domestic terrorists in the U.S. in recent years. While the number of overall extremist-related killings in the U.S. has fluctuated, the vast majority of these deaths since 2022 have been connected to right-wing ideologies. So, yeah, there wasn't even 6 trans shooters. Again, with the trans shit. You guys, man. Oh, my God. What is it? Tell me the truth, guys. Tell me the truth. Listen, be straight with me. I won't tell nobody. Just between us. What is it about the trans people that bothers you? You like I said, is it that you're all closeted and pent up and you want to be able to walk around in a pink thong and bra, and you can't because your MAGA family wouldn't like the fact that you're trans? Is that what it is? Tell me the truth, because let me tell you, straight men do not think about trans people. They don't think about gay people either. I'm a straight man. I think about one thing, vaginas, okay? That's it. My wife's, actually, okay? I don't think about gay men or cocks or transgender or who's got what fucking genitals. I don't give a flying fuck because I'm a straight man. You guys are not. Because you have nothing in the market then. What does that mean? He's failing again. Yeah, you're right. I just read you a fuck ton of stuff, but yeah, I'm failing. Yep. Yeah. Now go guys, go get me the instances of extreme left-wing violence. January 6th didn't happen. Everyone was pardoned. That's not delusional or anything. No, he's just denying that a major political event took place in front of the whole world, you know? Valhalla, yes, he was. He was a MAGA guy. He was. Oh, if that's what you're talking about, Mike, I don't know, but I don't think so because of the stuff I just read. They didn't mention any of that. I thought you were trying to say leftists are more violent because, you know what I mean? And that's the kind of arguments I get from people. So you need to Google it. Pathetic. Justin, you had those facts on hand. You think I know everything? You think I remember everything. I have every bit of information in my head. You guys are so pathetic because you lose the argument and then you try to figure out ways to make it seem like you won. Well, he proved what he said, but he had to Google it. Fucking guys. Old news. Yeah. Except for that 2025 double murder, right? Yeah. Melania was double dipped by Trump and Epstein. She certainly was. You say you'll debate, then you don't answer the comments. Sean Rainey, have you ever done a live stream, bro? Do you want to look at the chat and see how many comments there are? Let me tell you something else about you fucktards. Okay. When I try to read all the comments, you yell at me for being behind in the chat. So when I skip through comments to get to the bottom of the chat to keep up, you tell me I skipped your comments. So I can't win either way. 410-941-9850. Let's have a real debate. The attempted kidnapping and plot to murder the governor of Michigan. That too, yes. Look at where they get their info. Fox, Newsmax, OAN, Rogan, Patrick Bet-David, Kirk, the Orange Clicker himself, all cult liars. They have zero chance at knowing anything. They really don't. They really don't. I'm unfamiliar with a lot of those, but when you look past the headlines, they're not right-wing ideology. I wasn't looking at headlines. That's all right-wing violence. That's all right-wing violence. I'm sure you can look it up on the departmentofjustice.gov. So funny how they try to change it. It's not right-wing ideology. That's what's funny about you guys. You see Taylor Robinson shoot Charlie Kirk, and there's word that he dated a tranny. So you're like, oh my God, it's the trans people that killed him. That's it, period. You know what I mean? Even though Taylor Robinson was from all MAGA family and shit. But when I, prove something to you guys, like when I say, you say there's no right-wing violence, and then I read you off a bunch of things. No, it wasn't right-wing. Like, you can't deny the violence and the facts. You're like, no, it just wasn't right-wing. But anything that happens that, involves a trans person or somebody who's, with one or just anybody, really, anybody who shoots somebody you doesn't like or you don't like or tries to, it's got to be left-wing violence. Like Matthew Thomas Crooks, the guy that shot at Trump, the motherfucker was from a MAGA family. And his own friends in interviews said that he always argued on the conservative side of debates. Pam Bondi says she has hundreds of hours of CP videos confiscated from Jeffrey Epstein. Why are no charges being brought against any of those people? Because you know who they are. Say it, the Jews too, right? What? Now we're going to talk about the Jews? Man. Just look, the right-wing prison violence, they included prison violence if members identified as white supremacists and other right-wing prison groups. Mike, do me a favor. Look it up for me. Okay, you're good at this shit. Look it up and come back to me. Want to be trans, Marianne, 100%. They can't keep the male genitalia off their mind for people's wives getting banged to little kids. They can't stop. They can't. Everything is cuck this or cuck that or fucking transgender this or chicks with dicks or, it's like you guys are so fucking gay. I'm just being honest. I mean, it is fucking unbelievable. You have cocks on your mind 24 fucking hours a day. You're walking up and down the street looking for trannies. I wonder if that one has a cock. That's what I'm saying. You're gay. This is why Grindr crashes anywhere there's a huge Republican event. It crashes. Because some guys, look up gay Republican sex scandals. Wait till you see how many you find. Wait till you see how many you find. It's astonishing. Way more than Democrats. Way more. He can't read. He just repeats other people. Yeah. If you completely ignore all the reading I just did, then yeah, you would be right. See what I mean? This is what they got. This is what they come with. You're so pathetic, dude. Tell me how, Gene Michael Meredith. Why? Because I'm proving you all wrong as usual. That's what I do on here. That's why when you read the other sources, you'll know the truth, dumbass, will it be? What? I'm sorry, what? It's a fact that shooter from a conservative family had changed to the left. Do some research, clown. Oh, no. I know. But he was raised by a MAGA family. And I don't know for sure. I think it was said by his boyfriend or whatever the fuck it was that had recently he started having more liberal views. But he was raised MAGA, okay, which is, so was the other kid, Thomas Matthew Crooks. The guy that tried to kill Trump at a fucking golf course was a MAGA guy. Okay, you know why? You people are just naturally violent and you're all fucking insane. That's what it is. You know what I mean? That's what it is. MAGA people, you like to teach your kids how to use guns when they're 4 years old, and then what a surprise when they kill 17 people in a high school hallway or, in a church or something like that, What a surprise. I'm not homophobic at all. I'm just pointing out that a lot of you guys are closeted, and I don't care. It's no big deal, but just don't be in denial about it. Okay, yeah, sure, Valhalla. It's not that you've just all been talking about it. I'll tell you what, go back to the beginning of the show and tell me when I brought it up. Go ahead, I'll wait. So far, I've proved everything they've said wrong. Yeah, maybe. You aren't proving anything. Why did you put proving in quotes? Yes, I am. I have, and I'll continue to. You guys are wrong about everything. Oh, look, he spelled your right. It's amazing. You must be one of the smarter MAGA idiots. MAGA wasn't a thing till like 10 years ago. Of course not. Keep spreading lies. Typical Democrat. All right, Brianna, tell me what lie I spread, you stupid bitch. Go ahead. I'll wait. Put it in the chat. Valhalla, go back through the chat. Tell me it's me that brought up the trans stuff, douchebag. No, they aren't naturally violent. It is the rhetoric that inflames their base. They just never thought it would hurt them. You might be right, Pikachu. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. Diarrhea of the mouth and constipation of the brain, TDS. It's another thing you guys think about a lot. Shit. Fucking weird. Dumb library. Oh, dumb library. I think you spelled liberal wrong, fuckface. I'm no liberal, believe me. I'm the furthest thing from a liberal. Well, thank you, brother. Thank you. Everything, you little dick. Oh, yeah. But see, isn't it funny, Brianna? You can't tell me what I've been wrong about. You just say vague statements like everything, which is, invalidates your argument completely. Because if I was wrong about something specific, you would call me out on it right now. Because you're a douchebag, Valhalla. That's why. Google shows 15 large scale acts of violence from the left wing since 2021. All right, now go count all the right wing ones and get back to me. Marianne Reynolds, I'm sitting here shaking my head because I just can't comprehend how these MAGA idiots all joined together who think alike and talk alike and even look alike. How did this happen? A scumbag, con man, rapist, slumlord came down a golden escalator and said Mexicans are rapists, and all the assholes in the world that were in the country and the racist people, they all got boners, and they said, "Oh my God, this guy's got our support for life." That's what happened. Denny, it makes me want to tear my fucking hair out, but it works. It beats working in a factory. Who the hell are you, fucking joke punk? I'm the man. That's who I am. Wrong about the right being the violent ones when we all know it's you. Even though I just read to you that it's not. But yeah, whatever. Listen, guys, your whole ideology is built on ignoring facts and just making up your own shit. So just keep making shit up. It's like I say on my other shows I do. There's people in that community that just say shit. There's no proof behind it, no meaning to it. They just say shit. That's what you guys do. You're the just say shit posse. You're the just say shit posse of MAGA. That's right. They can be. But fact remains that the right wing is more violent. You know what's funny about you fucktards, too? You're the ones always calling for civil war. You're all so big and bad with your guns, your AR-15s, all that horse shit. But then when people call you out for being violent, you're a bunch of pussycats. We're not violent. We just want to kill everybody who doesn't agree with us in a civil war. So fucking stupid. Oh, God. Smart people hate me, Donald Trump. Well, it's not exactly what he said. He says something a little bit more like, oh, no. A little bit more like this.
Smart people don't like me, and they don't like what we talk about.
Yerp. Guys, hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important. Very, very important. Do the right thing, goddammit. I'll get back to the comments. Please keep in mind that I don't support either side. That's good, filthy faker. One's biological sex is divinely assigned and immutable. To undergo medical or surgical transition, hormones or gender-affirming surgery is seen as mutilating and defacing a body given by God. Well, smart people don't believe in God, Bob. And do you know that they would say the same thing about, tattoos and shit like that, piercings, stuff like that, right? You're mutilating or defacing a body given by God, right? Any of you guys got tattoos or piercings or anything? Let me guess. None of you? Yeah. And by the way, I say if you're born a boy, you stay a fucking, in my opinion, I gotta be careful, I'm on YouTube. If you're born something, you stay that. I don't give a fuck what you dress up like. I don't care. But the point of my whole argument is that I am unbothered by the people and by the issues. I don't care. I have yet to have somebody in my life, somebody I even know, an associate, a friend, anything, who's been even so much as inconvenienced by a transgender person. And guess what? None of you have been inconvenienced by one either. Yeah. No cure for TDS. Tremendous dick syndrome? Got that right. How pathetic to tie yourself to a diaper wearing closeted racist. I know, it's sick. I love the uneducated Donald Trump. Yeah. What is a woman? Anyone born with female reproductive organs, and only anyone born with female reproductive organs. See how that didn't work out for you? Because you come on here, you've been brainwashed into believing that anybody who doesn't agree with Donald Trump is a crazy liberal. I'm not even a liberal, period. I'm not a liberal. Believe me, most liberal things I don't believe in. Yeah, I don't know. You don't believe in nothing. You don't believe in nothing. It's a double negative. I believe in myself. I believe in my family. That's what you got to believe in life. I don't believe in some magical man in the sky, imaginary man in the sky. I don't believe in a children's book that's retarded. You'd have to be insane to believe it. No, I don't believe in any of that shit. No, I believe in myself, and that's who you better believe in too, because trust me when I tell you, you're all alone in this world. There's nobody watching over you. Uh, 52, never seen any evidence of God, but earth I see and believe is a miracle. Gotcha. According to the Old Testament, any form of blood spilling is forbidden. That includes tattoos. Of course. Listen, they don't believe in any of this shit. You know how many other things are in the same verse or chapter, whatever the fuck it is of the Bible, that says man shall not lay with man? And they disregard all the other ones. They just, that one, yeah. That's the only one that matters. It's like they do with the Constitution. Every other amendment can go fuck itself. Only the Second Amendment matters to these people. I have never seen a talking snake either. No, and I've never seen a virgin give birth. Nope. Politics aside, this guy is a moron. Well, it's your lucky day, because you can call this moron at 410-941-9850 and we can have a debate. Atheists have to believe in at least one miracle. No, they don't. They don't. I don't believe in any miracles. I was so close to losing my life too, and you know why I'm still here? God, you think? No. You know why I'm here? Science, medicine, doctors, nurses. That's why I'm still here. That's why when those people get sick and they decide, I'm not going to get chemotherapy, I'm just going to wait for God to cure me, and then they fucking die like 2 weeks later. Yeah. Trump took back the Panama Canal and kicked out Vashina. Okay. Funny how they pick and choose their religion to suit what they want. Of course. That's what they do. Mary was a promiscuous one. Apparently, she was a little whore running around out there. Debate what Trump won already. Debate anything. Debate issues. Debate whatever. Trump is in office, and he's the most controversial president in the history of the world. So, we could start wherever you'd like. Trump is losing every day. Read the news. He's doing horribly. His approval rating right now is 36% with a 60% disapproval rating. What do you think? And you guys will talk about the Democrats. Why were you wrong to be a Democrat then, Swiss? What, were you smart and then you hit your head or something and became stupid? Now you feel like you made a mistake? This guy's bright. Look at that comment. They can't spell. No, it's a running theme amongst these people. They can't even spell your apart from your. You know what I mean? It's like it's impossible. No point, because anything anyone says you will disagree with most likely. Well, that's literally what a debate is. That's literally the definition of it. Two people who disagree argue points back and forth. You've just defined a debate. Yeah. Good job, Quality 1986. You're learning fast. Took back the Panama Canal. We never owned it, y'all idiots. It was a temporary ownership till it was built, silly idiots. The Trump regime is a copy of Mussolini or Hitler. Go. Go what? I agree with you. What do you want me to do? Your. How embarrassing not being able to spell. Don't look at my username. That's funny as shit. I spelled this wrong. I have literally sing a miracle. My son was burned 80%. Doctors gave him a 10% chance of surviving. He died twice and he's still here. Well, listen, Frank, I'm happy for you and your son, man. You know what I mean? I'm sorry your son had to go through that and you had to go through that. And I hope he has quality of life and a good life. I do. So I'm not going to knock whatever you believe in. You know, that's up to you. I'm not going to knock that. If you believe it was God, that's fine. I'm certainly not going to tell you it wasn't. The only time I even bring shit up really is when people try to force their religion down my throat. You know, 170 billion for ICE and border control, 40 billion for Argentina, 1 billion to refurb Qatar jet, 230 million for his DOJ compensation, 200 million for Kristi Noem jets, 98 million Trump golf outings. Facts. Yeah, facts. Completely obvious he is incompetent and his administration is his own to take responsibility for, but won't because he's not a stand-up man. No, not at all. He's a fucking worm. I red-filled, you mean pilled, when I found out George Floyd and Derek Chauvin knew each other and worked together. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Do you see what I mean? They listen to Alex Jones and shit. They're out of their fucking minds, guys. They are. They're crazy. Call up MAGA and tell him how Trump and Hitler agenda debate. What? My rent, my food costs, and energy costs all doubled under Biden administration. It happened to all of you as well. Yeah, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. Oh, God. You know, right now, I've got stones. Right now, everything you just mentioned is cheaper under, or more expensive under Trump. Utilities are up. Food costs are up. Inflation in general is up. Unemployment is up. The motherfucker, just this November, the jobs report, he lost 32,000 jobs. He didn't gain any. He lost 32,000 jobs. Imagine that. I've got stones. The thing about you guys is you're so naive and gullible. You could be fooled into believing anything. So it's not like you count your money and check your bills and say, wow, things are more expensive. No, you listen to Fox News and they tell you your stuff is more expensive. And then you just go around and repeat it. Because if you were worried about stuff being more expensive, you'd have to point out the fact that tariffs have made everything in this country more expensive. Food prices are up. And I think gas prices are back on their way up. But utilities are up, you know, all that stuff. I lived it, moron. You lived what? Over 100 billion taking care of the illegal immigrants. Oh, is that your concern? So $95 billion for Trump golf outings, that doesn't bother you. But taking care of millions of people, that bothers you. By the way, you know that in taxes, illegal immigrants pay about $95 billion into the system every year. You know that? Yeah. Yeah. It's a fact. This was in CNN. What was Quality 1986? I don't know. I don't know what was in CNN. I don't see any other comments from you. They did, bro. Okay. They did what exactly? What if you are wrong about God? F-bombs are sure sign that there is no intelligent human behind that mic. No, it's just an intelligent human who curses a lot, you know? Life is better under Trump. No, I mean, for you it is because you don't like Mexicans. That's it. You don't like Mexicans and trans people, and he did something about that. That's it. Any other, aspect of his presidency, things are worse. Yeah, I know. 1,100 rent by 2020, 2024, 2,000. You see, that's what you call anecdotal evidence. You know what that is? That means you have a personal story, and you use that personal story to prove that everybody's story is the same as yours. It's just like when people come in here and say gas is $2.39 where I live because they think it's $2.39 all over the country. You do realize that that's your rent, right? And it went up in 2020. Oh, it was 1,100 in 2020. Gotcha. Where do you live? I've got Stones. I'm curious. If you stayed in an apartment where they raised your rent $900 a month, you're a fucking moron. I don't even believe you. LMAO, talk about price increase. Right now, everything is higher, and it's not world inflation either. Like when Biden was president, this is only inflation in America because of Trump. Well said, Kate. 100%. Guys, hit the like button for the love of Christ and subscribe, please. And if you can, because I got to make money, especially you guys that agree with me. You know what I notice? The very few super chats that I get from time to time, I shit you not, like 95% of them are from Trump supporters. I was sure that by doing this, left-wingers would be like, let me throw the guy a few bucks. He's speaking the truth. What happened, guys? What's going on? I know you're the classier people. Why is this happening? Biden killed me for 4 years. And then Trump brought you back to life? Nice. You're delusional. Okay, don't tell me how I'm delusional. Just say I'm delusional. There aren't illegal immigrants. They are asylum seekers. That's legal. You mean all of them? No, but we know that, J. Core Panda. Donald Trump stood in front of you guys on a zillion occasions and said, this is wrong with America. 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 And only I can fix it. And you believed him and you elected him. And he made it worse. Where do you get your facts about illegals paying taxes? It's just a fact. It's like common knowledge. You can check it out right now. You can Google it or do whatever you want. Go right ahead. Go check and get back to me. Not to mention the $300 million ballroom. It's absurd. Yeah. Yes, I don't like pedos, rapists, immigrants stealing from our veterans and elderly. They need to go back to their country. Oh, so now illegals are stealing from our veterans and elderly. How are they doing that? And Patrice, let me ask you something. If you don't like pedos, you don't support Trump, right? And rapists, because he is an adjudicated rapist. You know that. And if you don't like veterans and elderly being stolen from, how do you feel about them cutting 24 million people off their health insurance, many of which are old people who can only have insurance through the ACA or something like Medicaid or Medicare? Because about 17 million people, or maybe it's 16, something like that, million people are losing their Medicare. And how do you feel about Trump firing tens of thousands of veterans that worked for the VA and cutting funding to the VA? How do you like that? Where am I living? Nova Scotia. I'm in Pennsylvania. $299 here. Yeah, $320 here. That's my rent doubling, and all my neighbors did as well. Arizona. Inflation was already bad before Trump got in office. What are y'all talking about? Do your research before you put information on here for everybody to read. God damn. It's like facts are just, they don't even mean anything. This is this guy's opinion. He's thinking with his feelings right now. So he's just saying stuff. Meanwhile, inflation was not bad before Trump took office. And it's higher now than it was a year ago under Biden. So You're lying to yourselves. Everything doubled under Biden, the housing crisis. There was no housing crisis under Biden. What are you talking about? That's what happens when when 20 million invade our country. So now it's 20 million, because usually I get different numbers. I've gotten 12, 20, 30. A guy emailed me the other day and said it was 40 million. You can't even tell me how many illegals are in the fucking country. And what housing crisis was there under Biden exactly? My rent is $700 a month with water lights included, and it's been like that for 10 years. So whose rent's going up? You see how some people have different stories? Like this guy's rent isn't going up, but your rent did. So you're saying everybody's did. Now he could just say nobody's did because mine didn't. America has benefited from the labor of immigrants, 40 million to Argentina, all of the money going to Trump's rich friends, the deal with Putin and Israel. Yes, I didn't vote for Trump. You just assumed I did because I mentioned a point that was different from your narrative. It was probably the point. I don't even remember it anymore, J. Core Panda, but it was probably the point that seemed very MAGA-like. They pay $40 billion in taxes, but cost the American taxpayers over $100 billion. Look it up. All right. How much do undocumented immigrants pay into taxes every year in America? What do you know? $96.7 billion in federal, state, and local taxes. Yeah. I'm sorry, did you say 40 billion? Yeah, you'd be wrong. Oh, God almighty. People everywhere, do you see what I see? I don't know, Jennifer. No rent went down, Ray. You must live in India. Who knows? Housing shortage was due to that administration putting illegals in free housing. Yeah, no, it was not. It was not. Population is 17 where he lives. Where I live? All right, if you say so, yeah. Where do I live again exactly? I mean, you must know where I live to know the population. Where do I live? I can't remember. Can you remind me? Biden is a criminal. Tell me what crimes he committed. You should thank God you live in the United States where you can have your freedom of speech and lie all you want. No, I love living in the United States, but I don't thank God because I don't believe in him, and I don't lie. And freedom of speech with Trump in office, barely. Soon he'll start coming after all the YouTube channels that talk about him too. It's only a matter of time. He goes after the TV networks, the reporters, the journalists, the news networks, all that shit. Your talk show hosts. So it'll be the YouTubers soon too. He's the most anti-free speech president in the history of the world. Show me proof that he fired veterans. All right. Did Donald Trump fire veterans from the VA? Yes. The Trump administration fired thousands of veterans from the Department of Veteran Affairs as part of a broader reduction in federal workforce, and many of them were probationary employees dismissed without cause. Critics, including members of Congress and veteran advocacy groups, have argued that these firings are harmful to veterans who depend on the VA for care and benefits, as the federal government is a major employer of veterans. These actions have been criticized by a number of sources for harming veterans and their access to care. Critics have argued that removing experienced staff will lead to a decline in the quality of services available to veterans. Larger cuts planned. An internal memo leaked in March 2025 suggesting that the Trump administration was planning to cut over 80,000 VA employees by the end of the year. While the plan was later abandoned, the initial cuts and broader threat of more job losses caused significant anxiety among staff. There you go. Yeah. Veterans or Title V veterans. See how they'll try to change it now because I proved them wrong. So it's like, no. You know what? Last time somebody asked me this and I proved them wrong, you know what they said? Those veterans, those jobs, they don't need those jobs. No. Those jobs are useless. Some people shouldn't have jobs. This is what he said, talking about veterans. And he's a MAGA guy because he didn't know what to say. He was like, oh my God, I was proven wrong. What do I say? He started panicking like you are right now. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important. 8,000 American taxpayers' money. What's 8,000? Any relationship apart from God is insanity. This is why you are sad. I'm sad? My life is a pisser. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know what I do every day? First of all, I have a beautiful wife. I have a nice home. I have 2 brand new vehicles. I have everything I want in life. I fucking wake up in the morning whenever I feel like it. And then I decide, maybe I'll do a live stream. Maybe I won't. And that's my day. And then I make a great living. I mean, sad. What do you mean? Good, ridiculous positions. See? So that's a MAGA guy's argument. Fuck those vets. We didn't need those positions. See? Oh, man. Such a shame. You guys don't stand for anything. Anything. Yeah. Trump just bought a huge facility in California for veterans. For what? I don't understand. And again, let's just say he did. Does that change the fact that he fired thousands of veterans? Because now you guys are just grasping for straws. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. What sad life you live. Yeah, because you're a fly in the wall of my life, you know. Followed this Trump fuck for years and years. Yeah, and being a nurse isn't a professional career, according to him either. Yep, my wife is a nurse. According to Donald Trump, no longer a professional degree. Pretty much all degrees that are dominated, oral professions that are dominated by women, they're not considered professions anymore. Isn't that some shit? All right. Guys, hit the like and subscribe, please. You're not proving anything, buddy. Just saying it doesn't make it true. Just saying it doesn't make it true. Okay. Yeah. Whatever you want to believe. That's cool. Yeah. But you saying it, that makes it true. You saying something? Gotcha. Well, most of the vets support him are sheltered in the military or on the pension. And I don't understand. The argument was they said Trump isn't firing veterans, and I proved that he was. So now what do you guys think about it? Can you comment on it, or are you just going to gloss over that now that it didn't work out for you? You tell me. The right always uses projection. They are so sad since they found out Danny Trump was a pedo for sure. I know they're pissed. That was the first of the Doge bullshit saying that the money was being used fraudulently. They went on to dismantle more of our government funding. Oh, they cut children's cancer research. You know what I mean? What you guys don't know is that you're not aware of 90% of the shit Trump is doing. You're not aware of that. Like, you know, we know about all these things. You didn't know, right? I bet you didn't know that Trump cut funding for the VA and fired thousands of veterans. You know why you didn't know? Very simple. You listen to horse shit all day, and they survive to protect Donald Trump. They don't tell you about this shit. Oh, we could tell you a bunch of stuff that would blow your fucking mind. Like most of Donald Trump's really bad policies, which is all of them, are going to affect red states disproportionately more than blue states. Okay? Oh, yeah. You know why? Red states are the poorest, least educated people in the country. It's where all those rural areas in red states where hospitals are closing and all kinds of shit now. And guess what? More hospitals are going to close because since they canceled the ACA subsidies, 24 million people are most likely going to lose health insurance. You know what that means for hospitals? They've already projected that in 2026, thanks to the Republicans, 350,000 nurses are going to lose their jobs. He didn't. He just simply didn't. You listen to Trump too much. Man, if your wife knows what you do, she must be embarrassed. No. She's not at all. You kidding me, Miller H? I come on here, I embarrass idiots all day, and I make a fortune doing it. What are you saying? Yeah, she's humiliated. Those fucking $10,000 trips to South Florida a couple times a year, those are to embarrass the shit out of her. Funny you argue with idiots, bro. They mad of they get fucked over by their king, so they take it out on you. I know, because listen, they know he's all fucked up. They know it. They won't admit it in here, but they know. I mean, look at the farmers. Look what he did to the farmers. Holy shit. Guys, hit the like and subscribe. 259 more farmer bankruptcies this year than all of 2024. The fucking year ain't even over yet. Soybean farmers going out of business left and right. Trump's tariffs on China made it so that China said, fuck you, I ain't buying soybeans from you anymore. So our farmers just got tons of fucking soybeans. They're just rotting because there's nobody to sell them to. So now Donald Trump is already talking about that socialism you guys love so much. He's going to give them $16 or $17 billion to make up for it. And these farmers don't want that. They just want to sell their product, but they can't. So what did he do to fix it? He made a deal with Argentina to increase beef imports into the U.S. So now, not only the soybean farmers fucked, the cattle ranchers are too. Isn't that great? Yeah, I was going to hashtag that on this show. I like Colt 45 better, though. He also just gave the vets a raise. Is that right? So do you want to talk about how he fired thousands of vets, or do you just want to bring up a whole bunch of other shit? You see what you do? You see? Any chance? What, Colonel Quayle? Sorry, buddy. I got a bad memory. Oh. Hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important. Very, very important. Lower the beef price. By bringing in Argentinian beef, which is probably fucking poison. You know what I mean? Trump is the death of America. I agree. Show her what a real man looks like. Oh, Miller, you a real man? You're the guy in my chat watching me right now. You know what I mean? What is Pornhub? Did it crash in your area? You got nothing to watch right now? You're sitting in front of your sticky computer with your cock in your hand wondering, what to do with your time? I know how you guys are. You're incels. You're weird fucking people that women want nothing to do with. My wife, shit. You reduce the size of government. Okay, so that's how you excuse firing tens of thousands of veterans that you guys are so concerned about being homeless. So none of you actually really want to address it. See, this is why you're brainwashed. Not one of you has said, well, that's not right. I don't agree with that. You could say that without abandoning your guy. You could say, but I still support him. But you can't even do that. It's not possible. You were just saying how your great life was how great your life was at the moment, but Trump is destroying your life, is he? Never have I said Trump is destroying my life. You're amazing. Like, you literally just put words into my mouth. I never said anything of the sort. Trump's presidency has had no effect on my life, but it will. It certainly will, because one of those nurses that gets fired because of his bullshit might be my wife. $40 billion to Argentina. Yep, it's a clown show for real. Yeah. Just say you love America and watch him rage. Why would I rage? I love America. That's another thing you guys have been brainwashed into believing, that you guys are the true patriots and the liberals hate America. Are you kidding me? I love America. That's why I don't want it ruined by a scumbag rapist. That's why. Literally, that's why. You don't know your shit. You don't know shit, so you're so ignorant. Y-O-U-R. What have I been wrong about, Michael Canali? You want to do this again? How many times have you come into the chat and said this, and you won't tell me what I'm wrong about? Argentina's beef, Americans, tariffs under the orange 34-time convicted felon. Wild that these people are saying Trump is the best president we've ever had. He's not even the best president we've had this year. No, he's the second best president we've had this year. Trans women are men. Okay. If you say so, I don't agree, but whatever you say. Who said I was a Trump supporter? I just watched dumb fucks like this black man rage like a 15-year-old. Black man? Who's black? Now I'm really confused. I'm black? What? Oh, no, yeah. Listen, they do. They do. Yeah. And I don't just do this, though. I do other types of shows, and I make money, you know? A lot of it. It's pretty good. It's a great gig, you know? And guess what? I've been doing it for 4.5 years. For 4.5 years, I get to wake up whenever I want every day and do whatever I want every day. If usually I do a show at 10 a.m. and I say, fuck that, I'm not going to do one until 2 p.m. today, I can do that. You know, you want open borders to destroy America. Do I? Is that right about me? I didn't know that because I thought I didn't want open borders. But hey, you know me better than I know me, right? Show the proof about the 6,000 beds for vets. Just the proof. 6,000 beds for vets. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, that guy. Oh, God. Big, small government is not about employee counts, people. It means the role they play controlling your life. Some of you guys really do not understand the basic concepts. It's sad. I know. It really is. Come on, Mr. Angry Black Man. Take some phone calls so I can make you rage harder. Guys, does this guy think I'm black? Is that what I mean, he has to, right? What is he, fucking blind? All right, Miller, call up the number 410-941-9850. Black man, why does he keep saying that? Okay. Oh, my God, he can't imagine it. That means I must not do it. You could look at my channel and you could see like tons of celebrity interviews I've done with movie stars and shit like that, and mob guys, a lot of mafia guys I've interviewed, people in witness protection, stuff like that. Real gangsters, you know. My channel was about mafia history, so you can find stuff about my own personal addiction and recovery. I do addiction and recovery shows where I help people with their addictions. You know, I've done true crime content, all kinds of stuff. You love America, but you support Joe Biden. No, because Joe Biden doesn't need to be supported anymore. Joe Biden, I don't know if they told you, Scott, he's not the president anymore. So how do I support him? I support him being at home chilling with cancer? What do you mean? And besides, yeah, let me tell you something, Scott, about you guys. You guys think because you wave the flag and you chant USA, USA, that you're the Patriots. You are not the Patriots. You punk motherfuckers hate everything America was built on. You sit there and tens of thousands of you and you listen to this orange-faced cocksucker rant and rave about everything that's wrong with our country without saying a single positive thing about it. And then you cheer for him when he talks about illegal immigration, which, by the way, immigration in general is kind of what our country was fucking built on. You know, everything he talks about, he when it comes to America, it's all negative. The roads are shit. The bridges are shit. The airports are shit. It's like a third world country. This ain't America anymore. This country's going down the tubes. It's the most fucking ignorant, hateful, fucking miserable shit I've ever heard about our country. And you guys claim to be patriots. You support a man who tried to overturn a free and fair election and basically overthrow the government. You support guys that caused an insurrection at the state capitol just so an orange fuck-faced dickhead ex-president, well, at the time still president, was trying to steal a second term. You know, but you guys are patriots. Yeah, right. No, we love America. We don't sit here and piss and moan about all the people here and what race and religion. We don't piss and moan about transgender fucking people. We just want everybody to live life. I'll just do this with you. I don't know why he keeps calling me a black man. I mean, it doesn't really bother me. It's just weird. He's had cancer for 10 years, bro. Ghost, you know, that's what's special about you Trump supporters. You don't actually need any evidence to say something. You don't need any evidence. You don't need any facts. You don't need any proof. You don't need anything. You don't need any sources. You just say it. Like this guy just decided that Biden had cancer for 10 years. So he just said it. Meanwhile, watch this. Is there any proof Biden had cancer for 10 years? Oh, shit. Hold on. Is there any proof Joe Biden had cancer for 10 years? There's no proof or evidence that Joe Biden had cancer for 10 years. The claim has been made by some of his political opponents, but it is unsubstantiated by his medical records and statements from doctors. Joe Biden was diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer in May 2025. Not even 10 months. You guys, you hear this shit on Fox News and you trust them, so you just go around repeating it. I mean, you are as dumb as they come. Seriously, I'm sorry. I don't like to just insult people, but look at the shit you say, and you guys get to vote. It's terrifying. That's why we have the most incompetent asshole in the history of America in the White House, because of you guys. You don't know anything. You're the most uninformed people in America. And you guys have the same right to vote as smart people. It's a shame. It's seriously a shame. Dude, get a hobby. I have one. I practice it every day. And this is a job, Bennett. You realize that I'm not just killing time here, right? You realize that I make a living on YouTube, don't you? So that's like if I came to Burger King and said, bro, what are you doing here all day? Get a hobby. You know what I mean? Okay, then call in 410-941-9850 and we'll talk about it. Sure. Whatever you say, Robbie Gibbs. Eggs were expensive because of the bird flu outbreak. That's what happened. Those are real facts and data and proof. You can't make me see or believe lies because I say so. You falling pants down pussies do not know gangster. Jennifer, who are you talking to at this point? I'm very confused. You support child reading books to 3-year-olds in elementary school. Oh, I see what you did there. First of all, no, I don't. I don't like that at all. Trans people. But what you just did, just because you felt like it, is, again, without any proof or facts or statistics or anything behind you, you just decided that all trans people are those horrible things, the pedo, you know? You just decided that. Is there any proof of it? Of course not. If you know anything, you would know that pedos can't even go anywhere near a fucking school. You know what I mean? And the only way you'd know if they're that is if they were caught and convicted, right? So it's just you saying shit again. You guys just say shit. No, January 6th was, I don't know what that name is. And it was Patrice Chavez. Oh my God, you're bright. You support Donald Trump. Your last name is Chavez. Could you have picked a candidate that hates you more than Donald Trump? FBS or FBI and others like you. So it was Donald Trump who was president on January 6th. Therefore, it was Donald Trump's FBI. I've literally seen doctors say this. He's had this for over 5 to 10 years. Who, Dr. Oz? I'll tell you what, Ghost OD, go get me the credible source and I'll pull it up, bro. Go ahead. See, I just crush all your beliefs. You're like, oh man, I really thought he had it and fucking didn't have it for fucking 10 years. 10 years. How many people just walk around with cancer for 10 years, you dipshit? Never occurred to you that he'd probably be fucking dead a long time ago? Oh, God. Inkachu, 100%. Punk motherfuckers. Really? Joe and Kamala let 20 million immigrants into the country. Did they? All right. Sweet, man. Cool story, bro. I know why Miller keeps calling you black. He looked at your profile and saw that you're Sicilian. There was a bigotry about Sicilians because they can have a darker complexion decades ago. Yeah, I know all about it. I know. But I guess, I mean, whatever he wants to say. But even if I was a black guy, like you address me as black man, great. You're going to go far in life, you know? No, we could see all the discrepancies and knew there had never been an election like 2020 and there never will be again. Oh, yeah. Could you tell me exactly what you saw that convinced you that it was stolen? You support a Muslim destroying a country, sleeping with the first black man to be FLOTUS in America. Okay. What? Guys just saying shit again. Don't need to insult people to be confident. They insult me, I insult them back, Fish. Oh, that's Fish? Get rid of it. Get out of here. If there's even Fish in your name, you're out of here. Bye. Trump had no policy about immigration. It's all Stephen Goebbels Miller. Yeah, well, that's why when Trump came out a few months ago and said, we got to stop the raids on farms and stuff. This is crazy. Farmers need these workers and hotels need them. You know what I mean? To keep costs down and stuff. So we got to just start focusing on criminal illegals. Then 2 days later, he came out with his head down. It was like, okay, well, we're just going to keep doing the same types of raids because Stephen Miller got in his ear. All the fake votes. How many fake votes were there? Typical Democrat making statements without knowledge and emotionally unstable. Oh, yeah, I'm all over the place. I'm a nut. Everything I talk about, it's some shit that I've researched for years, believe me. Who smokes cigarettes still? I don't know. I'm going to go with tens of millions of people, Carlo, because if they didn't, stores wouldn't sell them. Who asks a question like that? Who smokes cigarettes? What are you going to ask next? Dickhead, who eats food anymore? Who smokes cigarettes? What do you mean? What kind of question is that? Are you Muslim? What is Muslim? I had leukemia when I was 9 years old. I had it for over 2 years, 2+ years before I was in remission. Then it came back again when I was 17 for another 2.5 years. So you were dumb as fuck. Shut the fuck up. I'm out. Okay, bye. Let's help a ghost out the door. Again, so you didn't have it for 10 years. Just want to make that clear. 20 million votes from illegals and dead people. Could you show me the credible source of that? I'll go to the bottom. Show me the credible source. Tell me what to look up, what articles, what newspapers, news publications. Go ahead. I'll wait. It's so funny that you know that. But Trump just, he's not fighting it at all anymore. He hasn't been fighting it for years. You know why? Because 63 federal judges looked at the case and said, yeah, there was no wrongdoing here. Trump's attorney general looked at it and said there was no wrongdoing. And then Trump's daughter, Ivanka, agreed with Trump's attorney general. You can pass for border, baby. You have heavy accent. I don't have an accent of any kind. I have an accent? What is he, fucking deaf? I'm Sicilian, fuckface. Your last name is Chavez, and you're calling me a border, baby. This is how fucked up they are. This guy's Mexican, and he's calling me. Guys, I told you. If they were any dumber, they wouldn't be able to tie their shoes. MAGA people I'm talking about. His accent is like New York area or Jersey area. All right, maybe a little. I am from New York, so that's not where I live now. Just where I'm from. All right, bro. Thanks, man. Please hit the like and subscribe, everybody. Come on. Lulu, what's your question? Go ahead, buddy. Let me go through the chat. I'll see if I can find it. Or you could rewrite it, whatever. I don't see anything, bro. Just rewrite it. I'll answer it. Carlo probably vapes because he's only 15. Who's only 15? Me? Thank you. Damn. 15. What's up? Here's my problem with illegal immigrants. What about the immigrants who have been waiting there in line for years? It's not fair to them. What's not fair to them? You're acting like these illegals come over here and get citizenship. What do you mean? They're waiting in line for citizenship, right? Is that what you're talking about? You're talking about trying to get into the country. Now you're worried about the immigrants, Carlo? Let's see. Trump won more counties, had the most votes than any other incumbent ever. There was no observers allowed at the polling stations. And if they were allowed, the AD, what? To stand over 12 foot away. What? Robbie, what did you just say? Trump won more counties, had the most voters than any other incumbent. There was no observers. Meanwhile, there was Republican observers at every polling location. It seems like your whole platform was about the Trump administration. Rick Young caught on. How about that, Rick? Good job, buddy. Yeah, yeah. But although it's not, I mean, it is. It's getting there. But again, you could go to my playlists on my channel. Go right now. Go hit the channel name Street Smart Politics, then hit playlists and see what kind of content you find. See, there's like 2,500 live streams of maybe, I don't know, 60 of which are politics. Yeah, all the George Soros judges. Look that up, you joke. You know that many of those judges were appointed by Donald Trump. You know that, right? Oh, yeah, go look it up. Yeah. George Soros judges. Let me ask you guys something. Since you got Elon literally doing all the things you accuse George Soros of, is he like the Republican George Soros, or are you going to deny that? You sound like a New York Italian. Thank you. I am. LMAO, they really believe this, that 20 million illegals and dead people voted. That January 6th wasn't done by Trump while they chanted hang Mike Pence. The brainwashing is crazy. Yeah. We have tons of self-hating Latinos in the country. I know, man. Crazy. Black people too. You know, it's wild. I can do it too. Trump have a blowy to Bill Clinton. I don't know where I heard it. I just heard it somewhere. I've heard it too. Guys, do me a favor and hit the like button, please. I'd appreciate it. Dave, you're Italian? Oh my God, I'm just so embarrassed, dude. Believe me, Dave, if you're Italian, you're not as embarrassed as I am. Okay, because you MAGA fucking people are the most disgraceful fucking Italians I've ever met in my life. You Italian MAGA people. Holy shit. I'm fucking embarrassed to share the same heritage with you, honestly. Well, yeah, Lulu. What would be your explanation otherwise? Because you do know that a guy died that was sitting behind Trump. So therefore, there was real bullets used. So what do you think? All right, well, then I apologize, Leela, but you know what I'm saying. Joe Biden, whether they want to admit it or not, functioned for 4 years as president. He's obviously the most scrutinized man in the world, any president is. And somehow he hid cancer for 10 years. So now you're talking about for 5 years before he was even elected. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what you mean, Leela, but you got to understand where I'm coming from on that. I mean, they just say whatever the fuck sounds good to them. Meanwhile, I looked it up and I proved to them he didn't. No, his grandma's FOB, you could tell by his head movement. FOB. What would that be exactly, Patrice Chavez? Sure, Scott, whatever you say. The racist stuff that racist people do doesn't sound racist, but what I just said sounds racist. Sure. We need more men wearing makeup in the White House. Just don't let them read books to kids or they will end up on Lolita Express. All right. They cut in front of people who have been waiting and it delays their time. Really, Carlo? They just butt in line? Oh, Carlo. I don't know what to do, guys. I mean, oh my God, what a stupid fucking thing to base your platform off of. Why am I doing this? I must be an escaped mental patient trying to fucking deal with these people every day. Guys, I'm going to go get a bottle of water. Do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Hit the like, subscribe. And guys, do me a favor. If you are already subscribed, check your notifications because YouTube's slowing my algorithm down. So You got to make sure your notifications are on. And if you're just subscribing, which I'd appreciate if you did, please turn on your notifications, all notifications, so you get notified when it. All right, I'm up a little bit of subs for this show. Keep going, though, guys. Keep subbing, please. At least if you agree with me. Support a fellow Trump hater, for Christ's sake. Hey, being that you're reading comments rather than being every other something that I talk to, why don't you go ahead and bring up who first appointed Pam Bondi? Who first appointed Pam Bondi to what? Appointed her to what? Oh, no. You insult me constantly. Oh, you're talking to MAGA. My bad. Sorry. I hear Bondi is in love with Trump and wants him to divorce Melania. I heard it, so it must be true. Hey, if you heard it, that's how MAGA guys do it. They hear it. Got to be true, Trump cheated the last election with the help of Elon. I don't know that, but it's possible. 50. Damn, go to sleep, Grandpa. I'm 50? Wow. So one guy says I'm 15, another guy says I'm 50, yet I never gave my age. It's amazing. You guys just guess people's ages now. They bog down this. Oh, shut up. While you're at it, go ahead and show me who the fuck Dan Bongino worked for in the government first, and then after that, you could bring up who appointed Kash Patel in the government first. Let me ask you something. Don't, whatever the fuck your name is there any chance you could just tell me? Is there any chance you could just tell me? How about that? Let's try that first. Oh, yeah, Carlo? But you hate other immigrants, right? You hate them? Gotcha. Are you an illegal? No. Trump won quite a few countries that don't even exist. Counties? Counties. I'm sorry, I said countries. I'm like, what? European politicians don't dare to speak to Trump without visiting the Democratic headquarters first. Yeah. No, the problem with MAGA is no critical thinking whatsoever. Just Fox, blah, blah, blah. You elect a clown and you get a circus. That's right. All these racist maggots are first-generation immigrants, LMAO. Oh, probably. MAGA people can't tell the difference between border encounter and let in, check your facts, MAGA. Oh, of course they can't. No. In their opinion, when they picture it in their minds, it's a big gate. And there's two big, like doors to the gate. And Kamala's on one side and Biden's on the other. And they're opening these huge, gate, whatever. And they're saying, come on in, guys. And they're just watching as they run in and they're handing them bottles of water and shit and patting them on the back. That's what they say. If we tell you you're playing dumb so we don't bother, you need real medical help to get rid of TDS. If we tell you you're playing dumb. All right. Listen, Mick, whatever the fuck your name is, I don't care what you tell me or don't tell me. But don't come in here and demand that I look something up when you apparently have the answer. Trump cheated on Melania with Bill. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did. Cross-eyed Cash is only there to hide evidence like a good little boy. That's right. Tell us how many people are white south of the border. So I don't understand the question, but I'm assuming what you're saying is, what are you saying? What does that have to do with anything? What? Tell us how many people are white south of the border. All right, Jimmy. Yeah. Is there an actual question you want to ask? Pam Bondi was appointed by Barack Hussein Obama as the Attorney General of the state of Florida. Appointed as the Attorney General? Hold on. Oh, God. No. Pam Bondi was not appointed by Barack Obama. She was a Republican official who actively challenged the Obama administration's policies and was recently appointed as the U.S. Attorney General by Donald Trump. Florida Attorney General. You do know that attorney generals are elected, right? Bondi served as the Florida Attorney General from 2011 to 2019. During this time, she was a prominent critic of the Obama. Yeah, I read that one. Yeah. What do you? God Almighty, God, do you know anything? Like, do you guys ever say anything that's true? That's pointed. What the fuck? You shot Trump in the R. You shot Charlie Kirk, and you shot 2 Secret Service members in D.C. You're just going to keep shooting everybody, you loser. Wait a minute. I shot people? Oh, my God. I shot Charlie Kirk? Oh, motherfucker. I got to tell my wife. So I'm going to jail then, is what you're telling me. Wonderful. Dave just told me I'm going to jail, so now I probably got to end the show so I can get ready to report to federal prison. Dave, what the fuck are you talking about? I shot. You said you shot. I shot. Okay. All right. And you know the guy that did shoot the National Guard members in D.C. were given asylum by Donald Trump, right? Joe Biden's administration is the only administration that had the most pardons with a pen. What do you think of that? The most pardons with a pen? As opposed to pardons with what? A Sharpie? Scott, I don't even know how to look that up. It's such an asinine thing you just said. The most pardons with a pen? Guys, does anybody know what the fuck he thinks? Does he mean an auto pen? What is he saying? Some states, the governor appoints the AG. Yeah, but not all. And I don't think in Florida. I'm assuming he's stupid and believes you're a Mexican, even though you can clearly tell that you're of Italian descent. Yeah, don't be. I mean, I guess. Denise Wilkins, what are they talking about? Sleepy Don Snorleone, the Nodfather. I like that. Dude is slow. I'm slow? No. You said the dickhead said pen, not auto pen. I read what's there. You know what I mean? It's not my fucking job to break out my asshole decoder ring and translate what you fucktards are saying into normal people English. You know? How many were signed with auto pen? God, tell me how many were signed with auto pen. Can you tell me how many? Q decoder ring. Yeah. How many? Okay. Let me ask hold on. I already know what the answer is going to be. How many Joe Biden pardons were signed with auto pen? How many Joe Biden pardons were signed with auto pen? Try again. How many Joe Biden pardons were signed with auto pen? Yeah, exactly. The exact number of Joe Biden's individual pardons that were signed using an auto pen is not publicly known. While it has been confirmed that an auto pen was used to sign some of his official documents, including certain clemency actions, a public record specifying which exact documents were signed by auto pen does not exist. See, so...
Oh my God, it's the easiest and the hardest job at the same time.
Wow. You ask Google. Who would you ask? Saul's Senior? Who would you ask? Just out of curiosity. What search engine do you use? Because, you must use a search engine, right? Which one? Oh, yeah. Immigrants are great. Yeah. I remember you bitches for 25 years ago talking about, what do I got to press 1 for English? You'd be wearing the t-shirts and shit. You don't mind immigrants. You just hate brown ones and black ones. You guys don't ever talk about the northern border that fuck tons of people flow in through, every year into America. You're just worried about that southern border. I wonder what that is about. I mean, could it be people from South America and Central America and stuff that you're worried about? Just out of curiosity. Is it the brown people? Yeah. Yeah, you ask Google because he's nuts. Okay, so guys, it's very simple. All you got to do is go get me the credible source. And by the way, I know I got to explain Google to you guys. I do it almost every day. Let me tell you how Google works. So you ask it a question, right? And then Google gives you an answer that was compiled from a whole bunch of sources. You understand? So like, it's not Google giving you the answer. You realize that, right? Google is not answering your question. They're giving you an answer based on however many sources have information on a particular subject. So I'll tell you what, if you can go get me a different answer about the Biden pardons, I'll look into it. Over 90% were signed by AutoPen. Dave, can you give me the credible source or tell me? Yeah, they asked Fox News. Exactly. Tell me how you know that information. You should ask how many criminals did Biden pardon, so shut the fuck up. Lisa, what happened when you were a kid? Did you hit your head? The only people that get pardons, Lisa, are criminals. Is this bitch for real? Who the fuck do you think gets pardoned? Innocent people? Is Lisa serious? You should ask how many criminals did Biden pardon. Oh my God. This can't be real life. It can't be real life. It can't be. Lisa just said you should ask how many criminals. Like as if she's like, yeah, wait till you see how many criminals he pardoned. As opposed to who else? Who else is supposed to be pardoned exactly? You know, pardon is Lisa's a Russian bot, probably. Yeah. Oh my God. I am Google man. Listen, guys, you have the time and on your hands, obviously, you're in the chat, and the opportunity right now to give me the credible sources and prove to me that I'm wrong, that my dumb old Google is wrong. Go ahead, I'll wait. Just watch Alex Jones, he'll tell you. They get their information from Alex Jones and they believe it. Are you serious, Dave P? You're joking, right? You know, Alex Jones is a character, a nutcase, right? Well, not even a nutcase. He's a great businessman who plays a nutcase on TV. You know that, right? Yeah, Lisa. The fuck? Guy wears makeup and sits on social media all day, obsessed with Taylor Swift. What a soft little girl he is. Diaper Donna is a joke. Yes, I agree. Yes, correct. 89% auto pen. All will be null and void. Biden with a Y was fake president sleeping on the bitch. Not your first language, English, I'm assuming. That's okay. Listen, can you give me the credible source for where it says this 89-90% number, please? I'll pull it right up for everybody to see, and you guys can be proven right. All you got to do is give me the credible source where this information can be found. Trump only pardoned criminals. Anybody who's ever been pardoned is a criminal. All of the pardons were signed with the auto pen because Joe Biden was dead in 2017 for treatment. I think we have a real live member of a fucking QAnon in the chat. Republicans are not the crispiest chips in the bag. Dark Trainer Benji gifted 1 Street Smart Politics membership. Thank you, man. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. I'm out. You're not a serious person. You're getting your ass kicked all over the place. You're taking your ball and going home. I know. If only criminals get pardoned, why did he pardon his family and other people of interest? Because Kash Patel and the Department of Justice, the incoming Department of Justice, said that they will prosecute the Biden family by any means necessary, even if they have to invent a crime. So those were what you call preemptive pardons, you know? When we talk about MAGA, I feel like we're living in an alternate universe. Marianne Reynolds, we're not. They are. They are. Starlink has it all. AutoPen. Okay, tell me more. I'm still waiting for the credible source. Can you guys tell me? How about 1,500 pardons were signed in one day by the Joe Biden's administration, the most in history? Were 1,500 pardons signed by Joe Biden's administration in one day? Yeah. You want the actual numbers? Okay, I'll give them to you. On December 12th, 2024, the Biden administration announced clemency for nearly 1,500 individuals in a single day, a record for a modern U.S. president. This included commutations for approximately 1,500 people and full pardons for 39 individuals. So what you meant to say, you got you rounded up, I'm assuming. So not quite 1,500, just 39. Gotcha. God almighty. It's like I said, it's the easiest and the hardest job at the same time. First page of Google is answers is sponsored. 2 page is supported by the government. The other 20 something founds won't even show up in Germany. Please don't let me explain to you how to get into WikiLeaks. Sure. So if you're a Trump guy, right? So let me see. Watch this. Has Trump been to Epstein Island? No. See, there's no documented evidence that Trump went to Epstein Island, but can't believe it. It's Google. You know what I mean? It's Google. It's lying. So I guess he has been Epstein Island. You see how I could use your logic against you? When it's an answer that suits your argument. Like if you said right now, this is why you're disingenuous. If you said Biden signed 1,500 pardons in one day, and I looked it up and it said Biden signed 1,500 pardons in one day, that answer would be good as gold, right? But because it's not an answer you like, then it's because Google is bullshit. Google and Trump are BFFs. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Pet Google, the president can't veto the pardons, and you can sign with the auto pen, but I guess if did, it will eventually go to SCOTUS. Wow, Robbie. Let me tell you something. Let me ask your opinion on this before I leave and, try to get back to a world that involves some sanity. Donald Trump, when asked on 60 Minutes about pardoning the CEO of Binance, guy named CZ. Well, it's short for, Ching, Ping, some shit. I don't know. Trump says he doesn't know who he pardoned.
Trump says he doesn't know.
Listen.
So far this year, the president has pardoned or shortened the sentences of more than 1,600 people. The latest pardon was for a cryptocurrency tycoon who is known as CZ.
Get ready, guys.
The company CZ founded, Binance, helped boost the profile of the Trump family's crypto firm, World Liberty Financial. He pled guilty in 2023 to violating anti-money laundering laws.
Right.
The government at the time said that CZ had caused significant harm to U.S. national security, essentially by allowing terrorist groups like Hamas to move millions of dollars around. Why did you pardon him?
Okay, are you ready? I don't know who he is.
Oh!
One sentence or something like that. And I heard it was a Biden witch hunt.
In 2025, his crypto exchange.
What did he say? Just like a month ago? What was the date of that video?
In 2025, his crypto exchange Binance helped facilitate a $2
November
billion
3rd, 2025. The day before the Democrats swept all those elections. You heard what he said, right? I don't know who the guy is. What does that mean? What is the only thing that could mean? The guy was pardoned a few days before. So what does that mean? Does that mean that Trump was using an auto pen? I guess it does.